Hello, my sewing friends. I am here with some makes to show you. These are mostly from January. One of them I started back in December, but I didn't finish it. And just a brief caveat, I know I look terrible and I feel terrible and I sound terrible because I have a cold. I do not have the flu, the big bad flu that's coming out of China. No, I don't have that, although I was, thinking, oh my gosh, I have to get on a plane. That was like 2 days ago, and fly. And where else are you likely to catch some kind of a virus on a plane? But no, I just have a cold that comes from going from the cold weather to the warm weather. I was up visiting my parents for about a week in freezing cold Ohio, where my dad is the absolute champion of the prettiest fires, warmest, most wonderful, comforting. Yeah. Okay. So, having said all that, let me tell you about the things that I finished up in January, where no matter when I started them. Okay, the first is my outfit that I was going to make for Christmas Day, and I didn't get this finished because I had some other things that I was doing, and I didn't have time. So one of the things that prevented me from finishing this was a set of a headband and 2 cuffs that I made for each of my girls for Christmas. Just like I always pick one gift and I give the same gift to all of them. So I did that with a bath bomb. Those are so easy to make. If you ever want to know how, just ask me. And so they all had kind of a Wonder Woman moment. I made these from a tutorial from Lindsay at Inside the Hem, and I will link wherever it is up here in the cards to her tutorial, and I'll also link it in the description box if you want to check that out. But easy peasy, and they were thrilled. They had a Wonder Woman moment at one point. I said, let me take a picture of all of you, and they're all going, yes. Okay, so let me start in with the things I wasn't able to finish because I was working on those. The first is pants. This is Vogue 1050, and it is a pair of pants with a pleat in them. Now, I didn't make mine with the contrast pleat, but I kind of wish I had. And then I had McCall's 7975, which is a little top with a twist in it to go with it. And I had the pants mostly done, but the top wasn't even cut out until I got back. The pants fit like a dream. I think that I probably put the zipper in. I didn't cut it off soon enough, even though I did follow what the pattern said. It comes down kind of low, there in the back, but it works beautifully. The pants have elastic on the sides, which is really nice because you get the flat front and the flat back, but then you have a little bit of give on the sides. I did not choose to put frog closures or anything on the sides of mine. I only put bar tacks. And I made them out of I think it's called a file that I found at Hobby Lobby. The top I made out of a knit that I got at Hobby Lobby to go with these pants specifically. This went together really well. My only thing about it is that I wish that I had lined the bottom part of it. There's a place in this, as you're making it, where there's a seam, almost like a waistline seam that goes across just the front. And you make it by cutting the fabric and then you fold it back up. Anyway, I probably would have been better off to line the bottom edge of that, because when I go to put it on, that knot only has a very narrow hem on the bottom edge, and so it can tend to roll to the outside, and you see the hem, and I didn't like that. So great little pattern though. I was not expecting for it to go together as quickly as it did. Cute outfit. Wish I had the ability to wear it on Christmas Day, but oh well. Now I can wear it for church and for what we call winter here in Florida. Next up, I have New Look 6263. This is just a little sundress. I made View B, and cute as a button. This was not difficult to sew, although it did have a lot of start and stop and start and stop on that it's not really a collar, it's the neckline band, where you had to attach the front, and then you have an opening, and then you have the front, and then the top of the band makes the top of the armhole, and so not really a big deal, especially when you make it out of quilting cotton from Hobby Lobby with lemons on it that of course makes you happy the entire time that you're sewing. And I did put the little bow tie on it, and it's just a cute little dress that you can just wear around. It's just a cute little sundress. I don't believe it has pockets, but I did add some in the side seams. So cute dress, easy make. I'm really happy with this, and I would recommend this pattern. Next up, I have McCall 7906, which is a skirt that I made from some coral stretch twill that I had, and I thought that that was going to work great because it's a bottom weight fabric, but this is a lot of skirt. I made view D, which is the one with the tie, and I love this skirt. I love the color. It's heavy. I don't know, it feels like it weighs like 3 pounds, but it also was big on me, and I was surprised at that. And what I didn't realize is that I need to build in some negative ease with my waistline, because it's, first of all, it's a stretch fabric, and second of all, when you have something going around your waist, no matter what you make it out of, it tends to want to grow. So yeah, I ended up taking, gosh, I don't know, it was probably between 6 and 8 inches out of the back. I don't know exactly because I was pulling it out of the pleats, but I want to make this again because I am so in love with this skirt and the way it fits. But I will definitely make a smaller size if I do that, if and when I do that. So I made that, and then I realized I didn't have anything to go with it. I couldn't believe it. So I did go into my closet, and I found that I had a camp shirt. It was rayon camp shirt that I had thrifted somewhere, and I didn't like it because it had short sleeves that came down that made it, first of all, dated, and then second of all, it was just too much. With all that's going on the skirt, it was too much. So I ended up just deciding I would cut the sleeves off, and it worked great. And now I have that to go with my skirt. And then also I went into my stash of fabrics and thought, all right, I need some kind of a little tank top or a t-shirt. So I found some fabric that was going to work great. And I pulled out Simplicity 7189. This is from 1996. And I made View C, which is the square neck. Okay, well this calls for a little over a yard of 60 wide fabric, and I had 24 inches in this piece that I had, and I thought, there is no way this is gonna work. But it did. I made it work. I got the front, then the back, and then the front facing and the back facing out of this fabric. I was so surprised. So it made up really quickly. It says 1 hour shell, but it was more like, yeah, I don't know, between an hour and a half and an hour and 45 minutes shell. Probably because I had to cut it so short because I didn't have enough fabric. So I did have some pink knit fabric. So I went ahead and made a band to go around the bottom, and that lengthened it enough to where I felt really comfortable in it. I finished the armholes with fold over elastic, which worked great. I'm slowly learning how to work with fold over elastic and having it lay like I want, just putting just a tiny bit of stretch in it. But this was wonderful. In fact, I put a picture of it on Instagram, and I had a person tell me that she has this pattern and has used it for years, and she said it's a great pattern, and I heartily agree. I will probably use this again with as much fabric as it calls for. So that goes with my skirt, and now I have a cute outfit, and I'm really happy with that. The rest of these are all vintage patterns. Next up is Simplicity 8882. This is vintage 1970 from Viv Mom. She was so sweet and sent me this in a care package, a sewing package, which I did not expect. And as soon as I laid eyes on it, I thought, oh, I have to make that immediately. I tried to fit it to my body, and I learned some things about fitting that have taught me that I only need to do this one thing and everything will fall into place. And it sure did with this little dress. I'm so happy with it. I just made it out of a quilting cotton that I had from not Hobby Lobby. I got that quilting cotton, I bet you, 10 years ago from a Walmart that was revamping their fabric section and getting rid of all their fabrics, all their quilting cottons. So I can't remember when that was, actually. I don't know. Anyway, it may have been more like 15, 20 years ago. Anyway, turned out great. Easy thing to sew. It's got these curved French darts in it, which make it fit so nicely. I made view 6, which is the square neck, and went together like a dream. Highly recommend that pattern, and thank you again, Viv, for sending me that pattern. Speaking of Viv, she made this particular pattern, and I loved it, and then I found the pattern and didn't realize she had made it, but then remembered that she had made it. Yeah, all the things. Anyway, this is Simplicity 5850, and this is one of my favorite makes that I made this past month. It is a maxi dress. I made view 2, but with the short sleeves from view 1. I made it from a cotton gauze that I had found, I think, at Walmart as a remnant. And I learned some things about some fails that I had back in December, and that was that gauze or crinkle rayon or anything that bunches up like that, that's an unwieldy fabric, will behave a lot better if you underline it. Not line it necessarily, but underline it. And that simply means to cut another piece of fabric and then put the two together and treat them like one piece. So I did that with this, and it worked wonderfully. So I interlined the bodice. I didn't line the sleeves, but then I realized I needed to make a lining for the skirt because the fabric was relatively sheer. But I'm so pleased with this dress. Oh my gosh, I just want to wear it every day. It's so comfortable. I feel great in it. I just, what is it about it? It's a piece of clothing that you wear that you just feel good in. You just feel pretty. Yeah, that's how I feel about this dress. So, excellent make, easy to do. If you're gonna use gauze or crinkle rayon or some version of that, then by all means, think about underlining it with a very lightweight fabric that's similar. Good idea. So that turned out beautifully. And then probably my absolute favorite make of this month is Simplicity 7454, and I'm wearing it. I made this out of I still can't decide what this is. It's a pinstripe, and it's, I think, a very, like a bottom weight chambray. I think that's probably what it is. It's not really a denim. If it's a denim, it's a very, very thin, lightweight denim. But it's a pinstripe, and I was trying to find this pattern after I saw it on Main Courses YouTube channel, and I loved it, and I finally laid my hands on it from a place in Australia. There was someone in Australia who was selling it on eBay, so I grabbed it there. It's simple to do. It's an easy make. It's an easy fit. Feels fantastic. I think I may want to make at least one more of these, because these maxi dresses that are easy to wear and just so comfortable are all what my lifestyle is all about these days. Just, taking it easy, kind of being comfortable, learning to be comfortable in my own skin. So, yeah. Gotta load up on the fluids. I'm having a very pink day, I guess. I hadn't thought of that, but I really am. So those are my makes for January and maybe slightly before January. If you haven't jumped in on the Joy Viv Sew Vintage Challenge on Instagram, by all means, run over there and do. I think I may even try and get possibly at least one more vintage thing done before the end date of the challenge, which is February the 12th. That's coming up. I think it's next week, but got some time left. I thought it ended on February the 1st, and I was wrong. So, yeah. If you've made any of these things that I've made, then please let me know. If you've put them on Instagram, by all means, let me know the link. If you've put them on Pattern Review, I would love to see that, to hear your thoughts about them, what changes you made or things you ran into or the way you thought it just went together so beautifully. So I'm always interested in that. So that's it for now for me, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.